Have you ever actually stopped to wonder how ancient cultures reconciled the totally destructive nature of fire with its sacred, pure role in their daily lives? Well, let's just dive right into it. Today, we're exploring a massive cosmic drama from the 80 Parva of the Mahabharata. It's a fascinating explanation of an ancient myth that answers a massive paradox about the natural world, complete with a fierce curse and, ultimately, a divine compromise.
Now, what's really interesting here is that it frames our entire cosmic crisis today. How can fire be the ultimate sacred purifier, yet at the exact same time indiscriminately consume absolutely everything in its path? I mean, think about it. On one hand, fire cleanses. It carries holy offerings to the heavens. But on the other hand, it burns trash, decay, and literal filth just as quickly. So how did this happen? Well, ancient texts tell us it all started with a curse.
Section 1, The God of Fire's Dilemma. So let's meet our protagonist. Our main character is Agni, the Vedic god of fire, and he suddenly finds himself hit with a universe-altering curse. A really powerful sage, Rishi Bhrigu, becomes absolutely furious with him. Why? Because Agni was asked a direct question, and, laboring to speak the truth completely impartially, he gave an honest but, let's just say, a very uncomfortable answer. In retaliation, the Rishi cursed the fire god to become an eater of literally all things, meaning he'd be forced to consume everything promiscuously, the clean and the unclean alike. And for a purely sacred being, this was the ultimate degradation.
Section 2, The Price of Truth.
Now, Agni wasn't just going to take this curse lying down. He offers this incredibly profound moral defense of his actions, arguing that withholding the truth is a literal cosmic crime. He basically states that a witness who misrepresents a fact they know to be true doesn't just ruin themselves. No, it's way worse. They ruin their ancestors and their descendants for 7 generations. This brilliantly illustrates his stance. He's essentially saying, look, I had to tell the truth. It was my cosmic duty. To really understand why eating filth is such a massive deal for him, we need to look at who Agni actually works for. On one side, we've got the devas, or the gods, who are fed at the full moon, and on the other, the pitras, the ancestors, who are fed at the new moon. But here's the catch. Both groups are identical beings of the waters, and they both rely entirely on sacrifices poured directly into the fire. Agni's job description is, well, intense. He is quite literally the sacred mouth for these divine beings. Through his own ascetic power, he multiplies himself to be present everywhere at once. We're talking daily Homa rituals, year-long sacrifices, holy rites like marriages, the whole shebang. When clarified butter is poured onto his flames, the gods and ancestors are appeased. So Agni rightly points out, being the sacred mouth eating for these divine beings, how can I possibly be forced to become an eater of filth?
Section 3, The Cosmic Strike.
Faced with this disgusting curse, Agni does what honestly anyone pushed to the brink would do. He walks off the job. He goes on strike. And the fallout? It is immediate. First, he withdraws from all the daily homa and sacrifices. Suddenly, the sacred mantras completely disappear. No more ohms, vashats, swadhas, or swahas. Without the sacrificial fire, mass panic sets in across all creatures. The 3 regions of reality literally collapse without their rituals. This perfectly shows how a single break in the cosmic supply chain starves the gods and throws the entire universe into utter chaos. So with time running out, the Rishis and gods organize an emergency summit, rushing to Brahma, the creator of the universe, to fix this terrifying crisis.
Section 4, Brahma's Clever Compromise.
The ultimate CEO of the universe, Brahma, steps in with an absolute masterclass in diplomacy. He summons Agni and uses some heavy flattery. He calls him the creator, the destroyer, and the pure promoter of all ceremonies in the 3 worlds. He gently chides Agni, essentially asking him why the Lord of all is acting so rashly and foolishly by stopping everything, reminding him of his vital importance to the universe. And this brings us to Brahma's brilliant biological loophole to solve the crisis. He decrees that fire will be split into different forms, so Agni doesn't have to eat filth with his entire being. It's genius, really. The sacred fire remains completely pure at the sacrificial altars as the mouth of the gods. Then there's the carnivorous fire, placed inside the stomachs of animals to digest flesh. And finally, the viler fire. Only the flame located in the viler parts of flames will consume everything promiscuously. So the curse technically comes true, but the sacred fire remains totally untouched. Section 5. The dual nature of fire. To seal the deal and explain fire's purifying properties, Brahma introduces what we can call the solar rule. He basically equates Agni's power to the sun itself. Just as everything touched by the sun's rays becomes pure, everything burnt by Agni's flames shall be purified. So the crucial point here is that by granting Agni this supreme energy born of his own power, he can make the Rishi's curse a reality, while still continuing to receive the pure offerings of the gods. It's a win-win. Looking at how this wraps up, we see the resolution play out beautifully. Satisfied with this cosmic ruling, Agni simply replies, "So be it." He returns to his duties as the mouth of the gods, and cosmic order is immediately restored. The Rishis happily resume their ceremonies, and the gods and creatures rejoice exceedingly. Agni finally realizes he's free from the prospect of sin and can still fulfill his sacred duties. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a rather provocative thought. Agni risked the ultimate degradation and literally shut down the entire universe simply because he refused to lie or withhold the truth. It really makes you wonder about our own principles today. Like Agni, do you believe the absolute fire of truth is always worth the risk of getting burned? Think about that the next time you see a flickering flame. Thanks for exploring this ancient mystery with us, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.